Jingle bells, numbers flow, make the hero stay. Adding, subtracting every day makes my brain work and play. At these my favorite subject, all my favorite chats in class. Solving problems, feeling great, let's make this season last.
Alright, let's go over version B, quiz number 12. What is true about this function? You'll notice that the highest degree in this problem is going to be a fourth degree polynomial. The degree, or the exponent, is a 4. So that's this one and this one. The leading coefficient is the number that goes with the highest degree. So that would be a 3. So C is my correct answer. Okay, which of the following graphs has an odd degree? The easiest odd degree is x to the first. It looks like this. A negative leading coefficient, though, will change these. So now your arrow looks like this. Okay, so let's go ahead and look for that. There it is in choice A. So A is our correct answer. Number 3. Mark all that is true from the graph given below. So I have both of these in the same direction. That would be a even. Remember, the easiest even we know is x squared. It looks like this. Notice how the arrows are also pointing up. Remember, this is going to be a positive because it's already facing up. So C would be our correct answer.
Each expression a polynomial. So a couple of things here. Remember, the exponents should be whole numbers. So that means no negatives. That's really messy. Fractions or variables, like 2 to the x power. That's an example. Or x to the 1/2, or x to the -3. Does that make sense? So here, this one looks good. This is a polynomial. Okay, you can have a fraction as a leading coefficient, so that's fine. That one's a polynomial. This last one there, I see a negative exponent, and that's what we just set up here. So this one is not a polynomial. Okay, the blue one is going to be the same thing of this one. Let's see if I can just... Oh, didn't catch it. It's the same thing as the light blue one, but it's shifted up 1 unit. Do you see where my blue dot is? Here is at on the y-axis at 0, and this is now at 1. And basically it's just shifted up once. Okay? And then green, so we did it graphically. And now we're going to do it algebraically. How do you do it algebraically? For symmetry, this means sub negative x for every x value. Let's go ahead and do that for the second one. Y equals negative x to the 5th power plus 1. And we already know what this comes out to be. This is negative x to the 5th power plus 1. And let's just say you factor out a negative. So that would be x to the 5th minus 1. Is here in yellow the original? Is that the original there? It's not, and so the answer for this one would be neither.
Use the characteristics to draw it on this coordinate plane. Let's go ahead and draw this. Okay, even degree. So x to the 2nd. Put them in the corners. Positive a value. that means it's not going to, it's going to stay. I'm going to write the word stay. They're not going to be reflected over the x-axis. They're not both in quadrants 3 and 4. Okay, 6, x-intercepts. Now here you can choose either the shoot-throughs or you can do the kisses. You can kind of choose. Remember, shoot-throughs are worth 1 and kisses or bounces are worth 2, so you can kind of just choose. I'm going to count these as kisses. I'm going to write a K. And that's just going to remind me that they're going to bounce at those locations. I don't know if it's possible. Let's see. Okay. Absolute maximum at 1. Okay. Now I'm running into some problems here. Okay. Absolute means the absolute highest mountain or roller coaster. And how is that possible if my arrows are in the air up there? And relative minimum at -4. All right, let's try drawing this, see what happens. I like to go left to right, but I want you to notice that I'm starting up here in the top left, and already that is something higher. But at the red line, we were supposed to do a highest point, like right there, right? Does this make sense? Okay, I wanted to bounce. Maybe so I have to change it not to be a kiss. So let's say it's something like this. Let's say those are shoot-throughs. So that also means it wanted a lower point than that. Maybe I have to do another shoot through. Okay. So the big one, I think, is the absolute maximum at -1. So I'm going to write this graph is not possible, comma, because this is our grade explanation word. We have a relative or a local max at y = 1. Cannot be absolute. Right, because we're saying at this point right here, the red dot, that has to be the highest mountain or part of the roller coaster, and that's not true because the roller coaster goes higher than that. All right, question number 8 tells you to circle the functions. Which one is the correct answer? After you circle it, then you have to describe both eliminating and choosing. Okay, let's do the first one. This graph here is an odd degree because x to the first looks like this, and my arrows are this way. This graph also has 2 turning points, 1, 2. So the turning points is equal to degree -1. So if the turning points is 2, then I know that my degree is a 3rd degree polynomial. Something you can also think about is your y-intercept is going to be a negative number. And my leading coefficient, LC, is going to be positive. I know that because my arrows are in the same position as this one. Okay, So let's go through each of these now. This one has a positive leading coefficient. That's good. Let's look at the degree. X times X times X gives us X to the third. And then if you really wanted to know the y-intercept, you can multiply 7 times 1, which is 7. 7 times negative 5 is negative 35, negative 38. Okay, let's see if it matches. And I wrote A. Yes. That one matches because the graph has an odd degree. So that's an odd, and that's also an odd. And a positive leading coefficient, positive leading coefficient, positive leading coefficient. Okay? Let's try B. Okay, this is a negative leading coefficient. X times X times X is going to give me X to the third. Let's do the y-intercept. Negative, that's negative 14, negative 14, positive, and minus negative. So that'll still be a positive y-intercept. So we have a odd degree, but a negative leading coefficient. So yes, for the purple, leading coefficient, no. And that's what I wrote. Positive. The graph has a positive, but we have a negative. And the last one. So this is a positive leading coefficient. We have X, 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 X. So I have here X to the fourth. This would be an even degree polynomial. 7 times 1 is 7, negative 35, and I would have a positive y-intercept. And so that's what I wrote for C. Graph has a degree 3, but our option is a 4th degree polynomial. This is how I awarded you points. 2 points gave you, you circled the correct answer, but no explanation. You got 3 points if you wrote all the characteristics. So that would be up here in green. All of these characteristics. And you had maybe 1 or 2 correct. I gave you 3.5 points if you didn't explain the other 2. So you circled A and gave me all the characteristics.
If you love my pretty mud, let's begin to try it with me and you will get a score. Better, better, better score, and then try again with me. Let's begin again right now. Again.